Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pokemon Trainer Go episode number 3. And first of all, I wanted to make an apology to all of you out there who've been following the show, and we haven't actually updated. There's a couple things that just happened. We actually had recorded episode number 3. Episode number 3 actually got corrupted for some reason. Some of the things actually did save, some other things didn't save, and we've been struggling with that episode ever since. Now, the other thing that didn't help was we actually had Hurricane Matthew came in, and it was a really good time. A good thing is we're safe, and we're good to go. We're good to go. I actually want to make an apology to everybody that we haven't updated anything. Thank you to all of those people who actually decided to follow us now, and we're actually going to have a great show today. Thank you very much, everybody, and I hope you enjoy the show. Roll the music. Good news, everyone, and all trainers out there. Welcome to episode number 3, actually. It should have been number 4, but it's number 3, and of Pokemon Trainer Go. Today's episode will be focusing on Pokemon breeding, egg moves, and tips on how to hatch the ultimate Mon in preparation for the new Sun and Moon game. Also, we'll be going over some new updates, catch bonus on Pokemon Go, whatever that means. And also, we actually going to be doing a special episode, 3.5, which is going to be me watching Pokemon Generations, episode 1, 2, 3. And with episode 4, we'll release the other episode that has been released for Pokemon Generations as well. Let's begin. We're getting closer to November 18th. The new installment of Pokemon Sun and Moon will be released to us to explore the new Alola region. We will talk about what you as a veteran or new trainer can do to prepare for your new journey at this new region. Now, breeding good or perfect IV Pokemon, for those who owns a copy of X and Y and Aura's Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, can definitely breed Pokemon and transfer the new hatchlings over to the new Alola region. Now, you could definitely use Pokebank to actually transfer your Pokemon easily with just one device, or you could actually trade with either with a friend to help you move those new hatchlings over to the new region and start your new adventure at the Alola region and say Alola! And the benefit to actually begin your journey with a new Pokemon that is actually not the Pokemon from the new trainer from the Alola region, it will actually give you a level boost. So every time you actually do a battle, that Pokemon will actually get a level boost that will actually increase the level faster. Now, the only thing you have to keep an eye out will be that don't go over the level cap that you actually be encountering every time you don't actually finish a gym, because then that Pokemon will not follow your instruction. Let's go ahead and talk about the breeding process. Now, the breeding process will begin. I cannot believe I'm having this conversation with you, trainers. The veteran trainers will know. Now, if you're a new trainer, let me actually do this for you. It feels kind of awkward, but I'm going to do it anyway. When a daddy Pokemon and a mommy Pokemon gets together in a Pokemon daycare, they actually like each other. Sometimes they won't like each other. Now, if they do like each other, you will receive an egg rather quickly than the ones that actually are struggling to get together, but you still get an egg, but it will take a long time. Now, the thing about breeding, you have to keep an eye out for egg moves, because you could definitely get a certain egg moves that the Pokemon can actually hatch with that move, which is actually awesome. And another thing you want to actually keep an eye out will be the nature. Nature is very important. Says Soul Silver and Heart Gold and games forward, nature will actually definitely be a huge factor on your breeding adventure and process. So let's go ahead and learn about natures for breeding the perfect Pokemon. What is natures? Nature are a mechanic that influences how a Pokemon's stats grow throughout the game. A Pokemon nature usually affects the growth rate of 2 of its stats, ultimately increasing one of its that is not an HP stat, like attack, defense, special defense, or speed. Now, by 10%, it will actually increase this every time you actually level up your Pokemon. The other thing to keep an eye out is that it will actually do the same thing with another stat that will actually decrease 10%. What will be a good nature for my Pokemon that I'm about to breed? The way that I usually start my breeding process is to look up the final evolution form for that Pokemon. If you're about to breed. If it has any type of evolution, of course. Some of them do evolve, some others don't. Now, I usually use Bulbapedia to find this information. Usually I go to the EV field portion to look up what exactly will be, if this Pokemon will be a special attacker or a physical attacker, and I will actually take it from there. Now, they do have a Bulbapedia, they do have a nature chart that will definitely actually show you each of the nature that will actually complement each of those stats. Now, there are a couple that they actually won't do anything, like serious, hardy, quirky, and bashful. Those are some of the natures that won't complement your Pokemon on your journey. So you want to make sure to actually find a nature that will actually help the growth of this Pokemon. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that the father and the mother will definitely affect how you actually breed this Pokemon. For example, the father will definitely actually transfer the egg move that this Pokemon can actually learn. Usually, the mother will actually transfer the Pokeball information and the species information. So, for example, you can definitely have a Charmander that can actually learn a Dragon move, and later on have that Charizard become a Charizard X to become a physical attacker to actually use Dragon Claw and other Dragon moves. So you want to make sure to plan out what exactly the moves you want to have for this Pokemon, and make sure that you actually have the species correctly. Again, father will be the move, mother will be the ball, the Pokeball. I know. You could actually have a special Pokeball, and that Pokeball will transfer over because of the mother. The mother will actually be the species and the Pokeball. Now, you actually got the moves, the egg moves that you wanted for this Pokemon. Now, you're struggling to actually get the nature. One way to do this will be actually find a Ditto that actually have that nature. Dittos are perfect for breeding. I know there's a lot of really dark webcomics of people using Dittos as relation slave, if you know what I mean. Ditto is actually a sexless Pokemon, so if, for example, if you have at a daycare, you have a female Pokemon, Ditto will actually take over the role of a male Pokemon. Now, if you have a male Pokemon, then Ditto will take over the role as a female. So the awesome thing about Ditto is the sexless Pokemon, so you can use them in any situation. Now, for me, I have a lot of Dittos that have different natures. What I actually do, I usually use Ditto as a nature Pokemon, so I could actually get the nature that I want for my breeding process. You have to keep in mind that you're definitely going to need a Destiny Knot. Destiny Knot is an item you actually get to give to the Pokemon to hold. Usually will transfer certain stats over, especially the IV section, and also you want to have an Everstone. Usually the Everstone will actually keep the Pokemon to continue transferring the nature that Pokemon has. Without these two items, you're not going to be able to actually get the specific thing you're looking for your Pokemon. So you want to make sure to have your Destiny Knot ready and your Everstone ready onto the daycare when you're actually breeding this Pokemon. Because if you don't have any of these items, you're actually going to get random natures and random stats. So you want to be in control about this when you're actually breeding Pokemon. So that way you'll be on point to create the perfect Pokemon to transfer them over to the new Alola region. And the demo is out. The demo's definitely out, and you guys should actually download it at the Nintendo store and get into the Alola region because it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and for the first time ever, we get a reference from Ash Ketchum. And we never had this before. We never ever had connected the video game with the anime series, which is interesting. And I want to see how this actually plays out. So I cannot wait to actually get the game and play it to see where exactly this storyline is going to go. Now, we already talked about a little bit about breeding Pokemon and what you should do, and I hope those examples that I gave you earlier is actually going to help you out on your new journey into the Alola region. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Pokemon Go. The game is not dead. It's stuck. is stuck in a place that people have actually stopped playing it. They have seen a lot of people, like people signage, go down. They're plummeting. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people that still plays the game. But my main issue with this game is that me grinding for Pokemon, it shouldn't be so painful. I like to walk outside, I like to hatch eggs, but my problem with this game is the grinding experience. It doesn't reward you for anything. There will be a day that you will be able to actually get a good Pokemon, but there will be other days that you don't really know. You just have to play the game every day when you actually walk outside and go somewhere. With the new updates that has rolled out, there's been a lot of changes of the look of the interface, especially with the medals. Now, my main problem with the medal portion is that they still don't grant you more experience for you to actually move forward. They still grant you a catch bonus, but we don't really know what exactly is this catch bonus. Is it a 10%? Is it a 2%? I actually lost a 1500 CP Snorlax, and I actually had the badge for 3, like the third last badge or medal that have captured tons of normal Pokemon, and that didn't quite help. That Snorlax ran away. That is actually painful. That hurts. Now, the other thing with the game is that the microtransaction, yes, they have made a lot of money out of the microtransaction because the game doesn't reward you enough. So the only way for you to move forward is actually putting in money for you to actually get egg incubators and get other items that you can actually find out in the wild. Now, the buddy system works fine, but I wish the buddy system actually could incorporate the item portion. Like if you actually walk around in hard gold or soul silver, the Pokemon will actually find an item and it will give it to you. So if they actually incorporated that system, I'll be super happy to actually get back into the game and play again and actually walk around with my Pokemon and hopefully find an egg incubator or a certain item that will actually help me on my journey with Pokemon Go. Going back to the microtransaction issue that I have with Pokemon Go is the economy is not quite good. And I'm actually, like, believe it or not, I started playing in July, and I am still stuck in level 23. I haven't hatched any more Pokemons because I'm holding off my eggs because I have so far 8 10k eggs, and I want to actually try to actually get 9 10k eggs to actually have them all hatch at the same time so I could actually use a lucky egg and get experience bonus so I could increase my level. And the other thing too is how Nintendo pretty much took the Pokemon Go Plus to make it limited. Now, there is another batch coming in soon, pretty soon actually. I actually heard someone talking about it, and keep an eye out for those. So that way you could actually play passively the game without having the screen on, and you could definitely enjoy the game by just pressing the button and continue to do the thing with the Pokemon Go Plus. People are actually mad that now the game will not actually let you drive and have a passenger play the game for you. A lot of people from my work, they're actually mad about that. Granted, I understand why Niantic is doing this because they want to make sure that players who are driving, they're not actually playing the game. Completely understandable. Safety at first. But the thing is, there are some players that do actually bring people with them so that the driver can actually drive and the passenger who's actually on the passenger seat will be able to actually play for them. And people are not happy about that. People are not happy with the gym system now that it's so easily to actually stack up a gym to level 10. And it just right now, I don't want to actually throw more salt at the game, but it feels like the game right now is in a really bad place. And Niantic has to step up their game to actually either reclaim the people they actually have lost because all the new updates has been going on, and they really have to step up because this is the thing. Pokemon is a very, very, very successful intellectual property for Nintendo. And they actually took the chance to take this massive intellectual property to turn them into an app that people actually will walk and experience the world. And they're messing with it too much. I think they should actually step back, listen to the community, and then move forward. It is my opinion, and I don't expect everybody to agree with it. But I do hope that we will be civil about it and we could actually have a little bit more discussion, either on Twitter or anywhere else. And now I'm going to wrap up this episode of Pokemon Trainer Go episode number 3. Don't forget that episode 3.5 will be actually released right after this episode, and that episode will be about from me actually watching Pokemon Generation, and it will be kind of like a commentary. So I will recommend to people actually listen to that episode at home or however you can, as long as you have a screen or a computer close by to you, so you could actually watch it at the same time as I'm actually watching this episode. Now, I'm actually going to be close to the episode. If you enjoy our show, you can subscribe to it on Stitcher, and be sure to hit us up with a rating and review while you're there. Question and chatter through our email. Please, you can send us an email to PokemonTraderGoPodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at PKMNTRNRGO. Again, it's at PKMNTRNRGO. And follow us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Pokemon Trainer Go podcast. And may your adventures be safe, fruitful, and grant my fellow trainers. And I will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to Pokemon Trainer Go. Vikarab is signing out. Trainer, let's go!